Hornets and Bulls. It's 2 o'clock game. It is Blackman, Houston, Watson, Tidwell, and Connor. Mark Connor off. Johnson with the rebound. So Bulls have 5, but at the moment you're only seeing 4 because
Mr. Crow does not have his
Nick
jersey.
Crow is waiting for a jersey delivery. So in the meantime, the Hornets need to capitalize.
Great pass on the break. Mike Connor with the finish pass.
Brought my jersey. She brought the red from last year. Can I wear Halverson's?
And Seth Johnson gets out on a jumper and gets it to go.
Do we have a blood jersey?
No, he didn't order it. Just go get it, yeah. Don't get pulled over. So, Nick was delivered his red K1 jersey from last year.
He does not live close either.
Mantino's not that close.
Yeah, but he's far from. He lives by my brother.
Nice pass to Blackman. I just hope he doesn't get a speeding ticket.
And bucket inside.
And the Bulls are going to be playing with 4 for longer than we thought.
The Crow's gonna fly.
Yeah, and that's at least 25 minutes away, maybe more, which you're looking at the second half at the earliest, so the Hornets will look to capitalize on that. 4-3 early. The 4 for the Bulls are Johnson, Krivil, Kopich, Marquez, and Munoz. Munoz off on the 3. Tidwell and Krivil, Kopich, and I think Johnson are 3 of the top 4 rebounders in the league. Have to stat check that one. Again, the Hornets win. They're going to be as high as the number 7 seed, which would put the Thunder at 8. If the Bulls win, the Bulls could leapfrog both the Hornets and, of course, the Sixers. That would put the Bulls in the 8 and would actually potentially be a rematch, depending on the Grizzlies game.
I like
a rematch next week against the Hornets in the 8-9 game. Go ahead.
I like very much that it's a battle for both the top and the bottom of the standings.
The Bulls came in today.
Well, I'm talking about 2, but like the Warriors, the Bucks,
Yes,
the Spurs,
yes, you get a little bit of everything today.
They're all fighting,
Yep.
and then the middle of it, they're all
Yeah,
fighting.
the top 4 teams are matched up. And the Bulls came into today with the potential to be as high as a 6 seed and the potential to be as low as 11. So you want to talk about a bit of seeding chaos. It's 7-5 Hornets here.
Everyone from 6 to 11 is fighting, and from 1 to 5 is fighting. And then there's Maud.
Playing with 5 isn't hard enough. Playing with 4 is even worse. Otis Houston drains a 3.
Again, that's the hot hoop, too. So they're starting.
That is right.
They're
The
starting with
south
4
end of the
and
court.
Hot hoop.
Oh my goodness. You're right. The south end of the court seems to be where most of the action is, although Seth Johnson knocks down a 3.
One of my favorite 3 shooters, Seth, Lane, and Phil.
A couple of big guys there. Tidwell is going to run in the middle of that zone. Oh, what a pass, Mr. Houston. Watson lays it in. We talked about it last week. One of the bigger surprises on the year was the Hornets upsetting the Bucks, who at the time only had 1 loss. The way they did it with only 5, I think, spoke to what this Hornets team is capable of doing. Seth Johnson gets another one.
It's taken them a while, but we knew from the very first day that they're just all-stars. And it took them a while, but they learn how to play with each other, and they're, like you said, very strong chance to end 5 and 6.
Yeah, I couldn't say it better myself. When you have all that talent, but you're missing the chemistry.
And then Billy leaving too.
That's right. Yeah.
Not necessarily just their glue, but their coach,
the sponsor and everything. And you're right. Your options are to self-destruct and get mad at each other, or to try to work through the lack of chemistry. Holy smokes, Seth Johnson! Look at that big fella go. And it's 12-all here. You're right though. Their ability to work through that, and again, everyone makes the playoffs, but you feel better at 5 and 6 than if you had fallen apart and you were 2 and 9. And so the Hornets again could be up to the number 7 seed with a win here. Seth Johnson, in and out. Great rebound, Krivo Kopic. He says, I'm playing 4-on-5. I'm not going to challenge both KB and Latrell at the same time.
Smart.
Josh Marquez, that's a deep shot. That is off.
The arm span alone.
KB was on the winning All-Star team on Friday night. Nice pass. Connor slams it home. 14-12 Hornets. Of course, Benny Munoz and the aforementioned Nick Crow, who we should see at some point, just not for a little bit. He took the kind of the K1 League by storm, just not known maybe for his three-point shooting. As Tidwell with a nice play, good save, and throws it to Connor, him and Munoz. As Connor is off. Good block from Johnson. Anyway, Munoz started the round out and shot really well, but so did Crow on the back end, and they went 6-0, and they won a 20-team two-ball tournament. No one had them winning in their bracket. I don't think Nick had them in his own bracket.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Nick didn't even have him in his own bracket.
Actually, he was a last-minute replacement for Krivo Kopic. He wasn't even going to shoot in it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Falls off of Connor's foot. I believe Connor hit the 3 on the previous possession, and the Hornets back up 5. Talked about the Bulls have played probably more games with 5 or 6 players than anyone. And so they're going to, instead of 1 up, we'll say 1 down themselves and play with 4.
How the Warriors were last season.
Not the best shot from Seth there. And KB's got a free hoop. And yes, we saw that with the Warriors. So if they're channeling their inner Warriors from last season, maybe they know something we don't heading into the playoffs. But pass to Johnson, fouled by Houston.
Foul be assessed to number 00, Otis.
I think there's a balance of
Foul teams.
keeping the game close, but also trying to play in a way that conserves energy until you get Nick back. And I don't know what that is. If I'm the Hornets, I'm running in transition every single play, and I'm trying to run these guys out of the gym. Getting to the free throw line is probably your number one friend if you're the Bulls, and I'd probably use at least 1 timeout in the first half. And if I'm the Hornets, I don't think I would use one. I'd just let this thing keep rolling.
Bulls aren't fouling either, which is
You really
which is good.
you really can't, just because of, like you said, that you can foul out with 4 players so quickly.
It's
So you
so
really
quick.
can't.
So they're playing strong but not aggressive.
Yep. Munoz answers back. It's 19-15. So again, not quite the game we were anticipating, but I know that if the Bulls can keep it close, they're going to have something for this Hornets team in the second half. But the Hornets, wide open 3 for Watson. The Hornets.
There's a difference
I
between.
know. The Hornets need to not play to the score here. They need to open up this lead so the Bulls don't have any hope of coming back. I would double somebody. Instead, Munoz gets a wide open 3. It sounds weird, and I mean it. It is really hard to play against 4 players. It sounds so weird, but something just feels off. So, is that a great excuse? Maybe not, but Connor drills the 3. I will say you should get an open shot on every single possession. As Krivo Kopic is long on the 3. Seth Johnson doing a little bit of everything. Gets the layup to go.
And Seth Johnson having his way inside, scores 25-20. Hornets have a lead.
Marquez on Houston. Connor again. His 3's off. Good rebound by Tidwell. Watson to Houston. He's going to defer to Blackman, who goes right back to him. This time in rhythm, just long. Again, they are doing a good job of getting open shots. You should get an open shot every single possession. Hey, and if it takes you 25 to 30 seconds to get it, then that's more.
Well, you got the clock.
It's what it's there for, and that's more effort that the Bulls have to exert on the defensive end. And again, that's a smart play. Kick it out, open shot. Connor drills it.
And it's another knockdown.
Don't overthink it. 28-20 Hornets. And there's the first timeout by the Bulls. I got to run down to the scores table. I'll be back with you folks in a few minutes.
Mr. Henschel's on his way back up. Bulls keep swinging it.
And Bobby C for 3.
Over to Kirk. Back and back and back. Kirk can't get it to fall. Rebounded by the Bulls. Seth topped it out to Benny. Out to Marquez. No good from Benny. Kirk with the rebound. Hornets on their way. Otis slowly to the free throw line, kicks it out, no good. Rebound by Krivik Kopic. Seth with his 4th 3 of the game, I think. Can't get that to fall. Rebound by Munoz, out to Bobby at the top of the key. Short, almost gets his own rebound. Is picked up by the Hornets. Drop down to Otis, who goes for the fancy move, loses it between his hands. Kirk saves it. Houston in the corner. Can't get that one to fall either. Rebound by Seth Johnson. Benny for 3. No good. Rebound by BC. Brings it back up. Kicks it over to Benny. Bob's calling for Seth to post up. Can't get that one to fall. Watson over to Blackman. Back to Watson, who takes the 3. No good. Out of bounds off the Hornets, but the ball will go to the Bulls. Still a 5-point game, 28-23. Bulls picking up the pace a little bit. Bobby to Seth. Double teamed under the hoop by Kirk and Tidwell. Does get fouled, will go to the line. It's only the 3rd foul of the half for both teams.
Foul was assessed to number 22.
Seth misses the first one.
First foul. Team 3rd.
Splits them. Connor, quick 3.
And Mark Connor hits another one.
Right in. 33-24, 31-24. Bulls are just swinging and hitting threes. So far been their strategy while they wait for Nick to help Seth down in the post.
And
Drives
great
right
cut
by
from Seth.
Kirk.
And for Bobby and finish.
Gets it to fall. Tidwell picking up the pace a little bit. Over to Kawani in the corner.
And Kawani Blackman hits one from the left wing.
Munoz from 3. No good. Kirk with the rebound. Over to Tidwell. Mark Connor, another quick 3 from the top. No good, and he's fouled. on. But he had to go downstairs.
Number 3, Bobby Griffin Coppage.
That's okay.
That'll be his first foul, team first. Mark Connor shooting 3 shots.
This is the first and the second. Going for the third. Got that one to fall. 10-point game. Bulls moving quickly. Swinging around the perimeter for a 3 or a Seth. Or a 3 from Seth. No good. Rebounded by Benny, almost gets it to fall. He is fouled on the way up and will go to the line.
Foul was assessed to number 9, Latrell Tidwell. That is his first foul, team 4th.
Gets it to fall.
What's up, man?
A little confusion. Bulls end up with it.
Apologize for the delay.
Oh, we've been having fun.
That's good. Week 11. It's almost playoffs. All of it.
Or Connor again.
Skylar
Short.
Crudup will take home the player of the game honors from that 1 p.m. game. And as I look at this game, it's a 10-point game.
It's the same thing as game 1, where it's 10 points, but it's the very quick, same pace, everything.
My guess is that Nick Crow is probably at his house by now with the jersey in his hand, probably speeding back here.
Sounds about right.
Should have Nick Crow in the second half, and if you're listening, Nick, please do not get pulled over for speeding. Bulls are down 11, and you just got to keep it close. That is on Pendleton, I believe.
Foul will be assessed to number 25, LaRon Pendleton. That'll be
Pendulum,
his
maybe.
first foul, team 5th.
Yeah, we'll give you live bracket updates as the day goes on. I'll be filling in D. Scott for you so he can continue to relay those.
Benny's fouled goal now and is going to the line.
First one good, down 10.
Hits them both.
Nine-point game, a minute 30 to play in the first half. Connor to Tidwell, over to KB. Blackman.
And Kwani Blackman
That
all the way for the layup.
is too easy.
41-30 in the first half of the Hornets versus the Bulls.
Connor's three is up. Got to get a 2-for-1 here. If you're within roughly 10, I think that's a win playing 4v5, especially with how the Hornets have been playing. Big win over the Bucks last week. Oh, Kirk just
Right on Seth.
purloins that ball away from Seth Johnson. Blackman to Tidwell. Got ahead of himself on that layup. He's gonna hear it from D and Martavius down there. Benny says, I don't need the shot clock. I'm going to fire anyway. So the Hornets should be up by at least 11 here. And unlike the Thunder and Sixers in the last game, they are going to work the clock for the last shot. 41-30 Hornets at the half. We'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll see if the Bulls have reinforcements coming. 41-30. We think our technical issues have been resolved as Benny Munoz gets a bucket to go. So it's a 9-point game. That was backwards up on the score. 40 up, 41-32. We'll see when Nick gets here and how close this game still is. It doesn't feel like it, but this game is just huge for seeding implications. That ball is thrown away.
And it's a turnover going the other way. And it's good inside.
43-32. Oh, Tidwell had it, and then he lost it. Johnson gets it to go.
Johnson looking like a guard out there.
If the Bulls pull this off, Seth player of the game, hands down.
Yes, and the Hornets will not be happy with themselves if they
correct.
were to let it get to that point.
And Mark
Connor stretches it to a 12-point game. My boy Demarius over here always cooking up something good. As always, stay tuned to our social media. And on game day, specifically our Instagram account, which is K1 Sports Ministry, always got some good stuff on the story for you. Mark Connor. Boy, does that guy have a repeatable shooting motion. He's able to repeat the same thing over and over. Doesn't hurt with the wingspan he has. He is a hard guy to guard.
Seth
Johnson just torpedoing his way to the block on every possession. It's a 13-point game. Feels like the Bulls are a bit on life support, though, as KB with another open look. Oh, Wally Watson, that is a cerebral play on the rebound. And, oh, KB thought he had that one to go. Tidwell gets the follow. Bobby, great pump fake, and the bucket.
And Bobby C, pump fake and gets it to go.
Fake me.
I promised you those rebounding numbers from earlier. It's actually 3 of the top 3 rebounders in this game as Latrell Tidwell knocks down the 3. It's Seth at 10.5, Latrell's 9.2, Bobby 8.3. Oh, by the way, Mark Connor is 5th in the league in rebounding at 7.6. 4 of the league's top 5 rebounders are playing in this game, 2 on each team.
Who's missing?
Dennis D. Nice Koger is 4th.
That's who I thought.
Who's already warming up for his game over on the stage. Would expect nothing less from him. And now it's a 16-point game, and still no sign of Crow. Johnson.
Fun little family fact. My mom has twin cousins, Dennis and Denise.
No
and
shot.
Her
boy and girl?
Her family
Oh,
called
my
them
goodness.
Denise and Denephew.
That's good.
Thank you, Halloran family.
Seth makes the first free throw. Trying to have as much fun with this game as we can. Always good to see a little friendly fire between teams, which really you should have more often than you don't, but especially in a game like this. Just certainly does not need to escalate to the point of no return. Houston's 3 is off. Watson. Oh, that's a nice pump fake from Tidwell. Thought he got fouled. And Tidwell's going to get a foul.
Technical foul assessed to number 9, Latrell Tidwell.
What's up, John? Hey, there you go. Oh, that's cool, buddy. Appreciate it. Good job. Yep. Can you mute it for a second?
I'd love to. makes both of the technical free throws. Bulls get the ball back. He pulls up from the volleyball line. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Betty Munoz, who goes back up. Gets
You
that
don't
one
need
to
me,
fall.
Aaron. What a bucket.
And that'll be timeout assessed to the Bulls.
And you're within 14. You're just hanging out if you're the Bulls, just trying to stay in this thing.
Gave the ball to the wrong team, I think. Does that?
Basket counts. No basket.
No basket. It counts in our hearts.
That's right. Walt just playing with us. 58-44. There is 14 minutes and 40 seconds to play. KB flying out of there,
All the way from the Duke.
jackknifing his way to the hoop.
I meant to ask earlier, how excited are you that your favorite Game 66 is not only the game of the week, but probably the game of the year so far?
We've had a couple big time. Marquez fouls Blackman.
Ah, we got a Crow sighting! Welcome back!
And that is the black jersey. All right, and it is a 16-point game as Nick Crow gets an ovation from the crowd.
Well, not necessarily the crowd, from me and Tidwell.
And yes, it is fun to have a Lakers Spurs and Warriors Bucks game amidst the Week 11 slate.
But you love your Game 66.
Game 66
It's
has
your name.
we've had some good ones over the years. Another good one today. The winner will get the number 1 seed as Blackman makes it 17-point game. So if Nick Crow's plus minus is plus 18 or better, the Bulls are going to win this game. And they got 13 minutes to do it, as it's a 62-44 game.
He can hit 9 shots in 13 minutes.
Well,
As
he's
long
going to
as
be
nobody else does.
shot out of this game like a cannon. Bobby hits a 3, and
Energy resurgence.
15-point game. We still zoning? Yes.
Bobby with the blocky.
Good pass, KB to Mark. Got it.
He is hot today.
That's a tough sequence for the Bulls. All of a sudden, the Bulls are running. We haven't seen this the whole game. That's a good call. Offensive foul.
The running of the Bulls. Trying to get out of that Hornets nest, huh? Aha.
You guys are...
Seasoned.
Yes, you've done this before. Connor. Money.
Another one.
Well, the Bulls hit a 3 and got a block, and a turnover, offensive foul later. The Hornets now have their biggest lead of the game at 21. Let's see, 12 minutes to play. It's going to be a tough ask for the Bulls. Mark Connor, who I've got to think is also in the mix for a very high all-league selection. Nick Crow gets it to go.
Stinky jersey game.
Stinky jersey game.
Stinky jersey game. If somehow the Bulls make this interesting, I'm going to come back to stinky jersey. But right now the Hornets up 19 have this thing under control for the time being, at least. And it's been, in my mind, a lot of unselfish play on offense. I know it can be weird to play against 4 guys, but if you are consistently looking for the open man, as they have continued to do here, you should get open shots, and they've done that. How about the way this Hornets team has played down the stretch compared to the beginning of the season? I think this team would beat that team by a lot. Mark Connor somehow always open in transition. Again, Mark Connor wide open from the corner.
And Mark Connor, corner 3.
It's something you didn't hear regularly. Nick tried to foul and they didn't call it, and he was upset because he wanted to stop the ball, but they didn't call the foul on him, so he got upset.
There are too many subplots going on in this game. Nick Crow with another basket. Again, we're going to see this man just shot out of a cannon for the next 11 minutes. Johnson picks up the foul.
Foul be assessed to number 32, St. Johnson. It'll be his 3rd foul, team 3rd.
I don't even know if he made that or not. I was listening.
He did, yep.
Okay.
23-point lead. And so now Nick needs to be plus 24 the rest of the way. A tough ask. The rest of his team has to be certainly gassed as well. Marquez off. I got to give Nick his flowers the way he shot the ball the other night along with Benny, taking home the 2-ball. I said it earlier. I don't even think Nick had that in his own bracket. So that was a pleasant surprise. 6-0 along the way. Marquez. That's a foul.
Our team losing their mind laughing over there.
This is too good. Well, it is certainly shaping up that your 3 teams who are 6, 7, and 8 are all going to win and lock up the 6, 7, and 8 seeds. Great pass, Crow to Krivokapic. That's not how you say his name. It's Krivokapic. Krivokapic. It's provocative. That's what it is. 74-53. D. Scott will be with you for the Lakers and Spurs. That is a co-game of the week. Mark Connor just lives above the rim when he does one of those. Such long arms and legs.
Built like a paperclip.
Rich Kirk with the foul.
Foul be assessed to number 22, Rich Kirk.
And the seating scenarios are as follows. Crow fouled on the 3. The Spurs can be the 2 seed, the 3 seed, or the 4 seed. You're just laughing at me. The people want to know.
No. I'm not laughing at you. I was saying, because earlier I said the middle of the pack is completely up for grabs, and the top 4 is completely up for grabs. Well, except for the
Lakers, if they lose and the Nets win, they're locked into the 5 seed. Yet if the Lakers win and the Bucks lose, or the Warriors win, the Lakers are the number 2 seed. So a Lakers loss, they're going to be the 4 or 5 game with either the Nets or the Heat there. But if the Lakers win, it is just a bit of chaos.
Usually we have the brackets completely predicted by halfway through the day of week 6.
There's too many close matchups to do that here.
No idea. All we know is next week's going to be a blast.
Oh, yes, always is. KB at the line. First one's good.
Nick gets fouled again. Tries to say he was going up with it to get the shooting foul. Was not. Does not.
You were kind enough to
passes it right back.
Give them an explanation. I wasn't going to do that. KB, Mark Connor. So the Hornets are going to be the number 7 seed if they hold on, and the Thunder are going to be number 8. So what that means is the Bulls, 76ers, and Grizzlies, those 3 teams are going to be in your 9, 10, 11 spots. The order to be determined.
And tip dumping in by Mark Connor.
This is one of those games that you almost feel like they could call now, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Hornets go for 100 points. Good take from Nick Crow.
We only had 200 points
Nick Crow looking at time.
this season, I think.
And one.
And D.
Mark
Scott,
Connor.
I don't think there's anything wrong with making that graphic for Mark Connor. He is
Obvious, that's the number 7, Nick Crow.
he is looking good in this one. It's
Something
a
good-
27
Something good for the Bulls is now that Nick's back, that's 5 fouls that they could just
That's right.
rail
Five-
through.
5 more fouls to give. Oh. Yeah, Mark's got 46 points for those of you wondering. So yeah, you can make that graphic.
I'll start on the player of the week, player of the game.
Yeah, player of a lot
We
of
got
things graphic.
6 minutes left and he's got 46
Going
points.
for 50.
Yeah, he is. He's going to be taking this game very seriously.
He's playing too like he doesn't realize it. Like he's not trying to break any records or anything. He's
he
just
is-
playing like he normally
He's
plays.
a gifted scorer. He always has been, and
Especially like when he came on with the Pistons.
yep.
It
And
was like, yeah, he gonna be
yeah,
one of
and
those guys.
obviously he's bounced around teams, so he always knew if he could get himself. And this is a couple looks for I think 48. He always knew if he could get himself in a spot where the vibes were good, the chemistry was good. You knew he could do this for a team that was contending, and he led the Grizzlies last year, who were 9-2 in the regular season, and this Hornets team again trending in the right direction down the stretch. That's 48 by my estimation.
Well, 46 plus 2.
Yeah, we
I got
are
faith in you.
looking at a potentially first 50 burger in a while. Any Munoz? No. It's the rebound. Crazy how many rebounds that guy gets for being a guard.
One of the smallest guys.
Krivokapic Kopich for
quick.
3.
Corner
He sneaks
three.
up behind you and all of a sudden, ball's out of your hands.
450. Well, he's going to have another look at it.
We got time. You got time.
Marquez, no. Rich Kirk, no. Seth Johnson, no.
He has taken so many threes this game. I
Give it
love
to
that.
Mark.
We got a 50 bomb. 50 burger.
For Mark Connor.
Player of whatever he wants this week.
It's all up to him.
Oh my goodness, Kawani.
Down hard, Kawani Blackman.
Technical foul on Kawani Blackman. A little bit.
Too much talking going on.
I was just going to say a little bit of
And I'll
taunting,
leave it at
maybe.
that.
A little chatter, chit, chit.
You know, have some fun. Don't cross any lines, though, which we are well past.
You can chirp, don't howl. Splits him. Good point, Josh Marquez.
And Munoz buckets.
Everybody loves each other in this one.
This is gonna be a rivalry game regardless.
And unfortunately, we didn't get a full 40 minutes out of the Bulls. And I think they're going to call this game at 2. But what do I know? Bobby for 3. No. Bulls still playing hard. Bobby, no. Tough bounce. I think Mark's at 50 even.
Yeah.
May as well hit another shot, right? And he will.
And Mark Connor is on fire tonight.
He
has
almost-
53 points.
He has almost outscored the Bulls by himself. Nice pump fake. Seth, I don't know how many Seth has, but it's a good number, I'm sure.
He definitely is the highest scorer on the Bulls, but then again, with 4 players for most of the game, it's not hard to beat.
Oh, hey, we joked about the only way Brandon Berry was not going to win the scoring title is if he had an off game and someone dropped about 80 points. He's not going to hit 80, but that is 56.
They're gonna play. Are they gonna let him play it out? I hope they let him play it out.
It seems that they are.
Just for Mark's.
I just want to see how
Just
many
for
he gonna
Mark's
score.
sake,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
I just want to see how many he gonna score.
Because
and
that was.
you're gonna ask me.
What was it?
I think the record is 61, and I'm gonna obviously
Ryan
have to
Hernandez
look.
had the 17 threes.
59 points.
Ryan Hernandez had the 17 threes.
Oh my gosh! Wow!
And that's the ball game.
Sorry. I believe we bullied the refs.
Do the Hornets really have 100 points?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to continue.
And we had some confusion. This game is going. The Hornets look like they're in overtime right now because Mark's trying to get to 60.
Hey, give Mark the
59
ball!
points for Mark Connor.
They're gonna get him the
They're going to do
ball.
everything they can to stop him. Send the whole team. It's not going to work.
We have broken a record.
We have tied the record.
Well, I'm gonna give him the free throw.
He's got to make it.
Don't tell him, because if you tell him, he gonna miss it.
Come on, Mark.
I don't know if anyone knows, but I believe this would be for a K1 record.
It is.
Oh, he rattles it.
2.
Good job, Nick.
Now it's a final. Hornets are the number 7 seed.